Colonization of Mars. Colonization or settlement of Mars as the human migration and long-term establishment on Mars. It has received interest from public space agencies and private corporations and been extensively explored in science fiction, writing, film, and art. Organizations have proposed plans for a human mission to Mars, the first step towards any colonization effort, but no person has set foot on the planet, and there have been no return mission. However, landers and rovers have successfully explored the planetary surface and delivered information about conditions on the ground. Mars' orbit is close to Earth's orbit and the asteroid belt, while Mars' day and general composition is similar to Earth. The planet is hostile to life. Mars has an unbreathable atmosphere than enough that is it that is temperature on average fluctuates between 70 and 0 degrees centigrade, yet thick enough to cause planet-wide dust storms. The barren landscape on Mars is covered by fine dust and intense ionizing radiation. Mars has in situ resources such as underground water, Martian soil, and ore which could be leveraged by colonists. Opportunities to generate electricity via wind, solar, and nuclear power using resources on Mars are poor. Justification and motivation for colonizing Mars include curi- curiosity, the potential for humans to provide more in-depth observational research than uncrewed rovers, economic interest in its resources, and the possibility that the settlement of other planets could decrease the likelihood of human extinction. Difficulties and hazards include radiation exposure during a trip to Mars and on its surface, toxic soil, low gravity, the isolation that accompanies Mars, distance from Earth, a lack of water, and cold temperatures. Commitments to researching permanent resettlement have been made by public space agencies, NASA, ESA, Rosso, Roscosmos, ASRO, the CNSA, among others, and private organizations, SpaceX, Lockheed Martin, and Boeing. Mission concept and timelines. Since the 20th century, there have been several proposed human missions to Mars, both by government agencies and private companies. Most of the human mission concept is currently conceived by national governmental space programs would not be direct precursors to colonization programs such as those being tentatively planned by NASA, Roscosmos, and ESA are intended solely as exploration mission with the establishment of a permanent base possible but not yet the main goal. Colonization requires the establishment of permanent habitats that have the potential for self expansion and self sustenance. sustenance. Two early proposals for building habitats on Mars are the Mars direct and the semi direct concepts advocated by Robert Zobran, an advocate of the colonization of Mars. At the February 2017 World Government Summit, the United Arab Emirates announced a plan to establish a settlement on Mars by 2117, led by the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. SpaceX has proposed the development of Mars transportation infrastructure in order to facilitate this eventual colonization of Mars. The mission architecture includes fully reusable launch vehicles, human-rated spacecraft on orbit, propellant tankers, rapid turnaround launch landing mounts, and local production of rocket fuel on Mars via in situ resource utilization. SpaceX aspirational goal is of 2017 was to land their cargo starships on Mars by 2024 and the first two crewed starships by 2026. Comparison between Earth and Mars. Gravity and size. The surface gravity of Mars is just 38% that of Earth, although microgravity is known to cause health problems such as muscle loss and bone demineralization. It is not known if gravity, Martian gravity would have a similar effect. The Mars Gravity Biosatellite was a proposed project designed to learn more about that effect Mars lower surface gravity would have on humans, but it was cancelled due to a lack of funding. Mars has surface area that is 28.4% of Earth's, which is only slightly less than the amount of dry land on Earth, which is 29.2% of Earth's surface. Mars has half the radius of Earth and only one tenth the mass. This means that it has a smaller volume, 15%, and lower average density than Earth. Magneto- Magnetosphere. Due to the lack of magnetosphere, solar particle, even and cosmic rays can easily reach the Martian surface. The atmosphere pressure on Mars is far below the Armstrong limit at which people can survive without pressure suits. Since terraforming cannot be expected is a near-term solution, habitable structure on Mars would need to be constructed with the pressure vessel similar to spacecraft capable of containing a pressure between 30 and 100 kilo. The atmosphere is also toxic as most of it consists of carbon dioxide 95% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen, 1.6 organ and traces, totaling less than 0.4% of other gases including oxygen.